Welcome to the Just Zander podcast. I'm your host, Zander Gray, and this is episode 30. I was wrong before. I thought it was episode 30 in the last one, but it was 29. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. A little rusty, but hey, we're here. First things first, I checked the SD card in the camera, so don't have to worry about it stopping in the middle if you saw the last one. Oh boy. Okay, so what do I want to talk about today? I've been struggling with what fulfillment and happiness means to me. Like the past, I guess, year-ish, months-ish, I've gone through this transition of working on doing what I want, working on not settling and doing what makes sense to me. And I'm still angry. I'm still I guess the word would be lost, Here's the thing. I've never had a problem with doing things, getting things done, and inspiring other people. I love doing that. I think that could be one of my superpower is I love talking to people, and hopefully in part talking to them, I am able to inspire them to go after what they want to do in their lives. Sorry, allergies. And I feel like I'm really good at that. I feel like I'm capable of doing that. It's just a matter of whether that person in particular is able to or want to do that. So that's the difference, right? I'm able to maybe motivate and inspire, but what they do after the fact is up to them. Anyway, I, for some reason, have a hard time I don't want to say motivating myself or inspiring myself. I can inspire myself. I can get myself to a point where I need to be or what I need to do. However, what I have a big problem with is understanding what fulfillment and happiness means to me. For the longest time, having the goals and achieving the goals, for the longest time, I thought that was fulfillment. And I was still angry. I was still unsatisfied. Like this hunger and this drive is so insatiable, And some may say like, oh, cool, you're driven and you're motivated. But if I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do and I don't achieve the things that I want to achieve, or I do, and I still don't feel happy or don't feel accomplished, then what am I doing? Lately, it feels like I haven't been doing anything right. I haven't been in a place where I am fulfilled or happy, and I really had to figure that out, man. I was trying to figure out ways to do it, and I've been wrong, and I've been incorrect in my ways, I suppose. Here's my problem. And this might lead to a different type of conversation, but here's my problem. I have this, everybody has this dark void in them. And that void, whatever it is, it could be doing things out of spite to achieve your goals, doing things for validation, doing things for money, doing things for what is that word? Self-reliance in a bad way, doing things for really, really short-term gratification, self-gratification type shit. And for the longest time, I didn't understand what my void is. I didn't understand what my dark void is, the dark passenger that I have sitting inside of me. And I had no idea what it means. By the way, Dark Passenger is a reference to Dexter. And also, by the way, they're doing another final season. We'll figure out how that's going to go. So far, I don't have any expectations so far. Anyway, we'll see. So I've figured out, at least for right now, I've understood what my dark passenger, my dark void is. And I hate to admit it, or I'm not ashamed to admit it, but I'm a little embarrassed. My dark void and my dark passenger is that I sometimes do things for validation, and I do things for money. Not here. Let me explain. So, and I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, and he made me recognize what that was. Right, growing up, nobody really said to me that good on you, or whatever you're doing is cool. Like, it's always either, I mean, growing up in an Asian household is either be good in your studies, be a good boy, study hard, respect your elders, get a good job, make good money, uh, get good benefits. It's always the same shit over and over again. So when I wasn't really that good in school, or I was better at, playing music or drawing, anything that's creative, I've never had my parents or anybody in my close vicinity tell me, wow, you can do this for a living, or wow, this is amazing, you should keep doing this. It's always like that was like a hobby, that was like the thing you do because you're bored. But your ultimate goal, growing up for me in my Asian household, because Asian, is that you need to go to a good school, great school, get straight A's, uh, get a great job, make lots and lots of moolah money, and get good benefits, and then get married, have kids, and then die. And so so when I am interested in either music or anything creative, I've never really gotten somebody to tell me that is dope. You should keep doing that. It could be something. So the whole time, up until to this point, right, and maybe still, I've done everything for validation, and I have to make money from it. Success, in my opinion, in my head, at this point was validation and be successful, and successful meaning money. So whatever that I'm doing right now, art wise, creative wise, I have to make money of it because I need to be validated. I need to make the money so I can say fuck you to my parents, and say fuck you to people that doubted me or whatever. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying here? So I needed somebody to tell me, or people to tell me, or everybody to tell me that, wow, you're an amazing artist. Wow, you're amazing creative, whatever. You're the best. And then on the other hand, man, you're making all this money doing the things you love. Wow, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect somebody like you could do that. And you do. I'm wrong. You know what I mean? So I needed that. I needed that so bad. I didn't recognize, I wasn't aware of the damage that it was doing to me, my life, the people around me, the things that I've been doing. As much as I say I want to do things genuine and authentic, and that I tell myself out loud that I am, maybe I'm not, you know? I'm not saying that everything that I do is not genuine and authentic. I didn't understand why I wasn't in the position of where I wanted to be. I didn't understand or recognize why I wasn't there yet, you know? Because I had a very confusing explanation in my head what success means to me. And so now now that I've recognized this dark passenger, this dark void, I have to figure out whatever I do from now on. Now, is it towards this dark void, dark passenger, or is it towards fulfillment and happiness? And then what fulfillment and happiness means to me is spending time with family, friends, creating things for the sake of creating, no expectation, no pressure, complete freedom. And that's where I need to be again, is to be completely free and still create things that I deem are good enough for me, you know? So when I get to a point where I feel like it's not where I needed it to be, then I could at least ask myself, okay, are you doing this? Why is this bothering you? Why are you still angry? Are you doing this for the dark passenger, this dark void? Or are you doing this out of fulfillment and happiness? And if you are, why are you angry, or why do you feel unaccomplished? So now that I've recognized this flaw of mine, I think, again, it's not going to be fucking easy, but at least I know the enemy now. The whole proverbial knowing is half the battle. And now that I know, now that I recognize this thing that is pulling me away from actual happiness, actual joy, actual fulfillment, and actual freedom, then I am able to steer clear of it. Now is figuring out how to maneuver and pivot if I am falling towards the dark passenger, you know? Now it's a matter of channeling that energy towards good, channeling the drive and the motivation, the spitefulness into something good. I had to go back in my head. I have to go back in the past in my head to kind of understand where I was faltering. And that whenever I did things to create out of pure creation and pure freedom, I didn't care if anybody liked it. I didn't care if anything was gonna come off of it. I did it purely out of joy and fulfillment and happiness and creation, and stuff often comes out of it, So I had to recognize where I was faltering. So whenever I feel like it was, I had to do this because of this, I had to do this because of that, I have to do this because of money, and that just didn't feel pure. That didn't feel right. Not to say that I shouldn't have goals or whatever, but it has to be the right thing. And I have to recognize my achievements, and I haven't said it before. I keep telling myself I have goals, and I need to have goals, and I need to achieve them and then make more goals. But so let me just right now, right? Let me just stroke my own ego just a little bit, just to recognize what I've done in my life. I've toured. I've played in front of amazing venues, a good amount of people that have enjoyed my music. I've made friends. I've gotten better at creating. I've done albums. I've made a song from scratch, from vocals to drums to whatever, to finish. I did samples. I did videos. I've achieved so much, and I've never really sat down and just kind of think about it, because it was never enough for me. It was always, okay, what was the next thing? What is the next thing that you can accomplish? What is where do you need to go to get there? And it took me so long to be where I'm at. And also the fear of asking for help, because I have such a high expectation of myself and other people that whenever I get disappointed, I I go back in my cave, and sometimes I feel more comfortable being alone than with other people. And it's affecting my life. It's affecting my relationship with my wife. It's affecting my relationship with my family and my friends because I wasn't allowing myself to open up because I don't want to get hurt. I wasn't, I feel like I didn't deserve the good that I have in my life. I don't know why. Because of maybe past trauma, I have to go back and really recognize the trauma that I had in the past, and the aggressions, microaggressions that I've received when I was a kid till now. So there's a lot of work to be done, at least for myself, that I need to do to get better, to be better human being, a man, a better husband, a better friend, a better son, better brother, and those things. So for me, recognizing what I need to do, recognizing what my definition of what the meaning of life is. The meaning of life for me is to find joy and happiness and fulfillment in being good, period. And being a decent human being, inspiring and motivating people, helping people, being there for family and friends, being a good person in general, you know? And I miss being myself. I miss being loosey goosey, and I miss being just silly and not having to worry about what I need to do next to achieve what I need to achieve, you know? I keep in the past, I keep saying time is precious, time is valuable, time, you can't get time back. But honestly, from what I've been doing since day one to now, time was relative. Let me explain. Like any here, anytime I go somewhere or be somewhere, most of the time I'm present. Most of the time I'm there, 100%. But there's always a little thing in the back of my head saying, okay, what do you need to do when you get home? Or I need to make videos. I need to make music. What do you need to do when you get home? Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. What do you need to do when you get home? Oh, I'm not going to have time to do this. I'm not going to have time to do that. I'm not going to have time to walk the dogs. I'm not going to have time to spend time with your family or my family. I'm not going to have time to. So what is it about then? You know? I'm grateful for everything that I have in my life, 100%, 1000%. And that I am so grateful that I understand and recognize my flaw right now. And I just hope to be better today and the next day and the following day for the rest of my life. And I hope to be a better human being for everybody, for myself and around me. And that the purpose of life for me is to enjoy it, to be present, to appreciate what I have, and to be open to what I don't have, to be open to whatever and just enjoying it. I am making music. I am doing videos. I am on the verge of making a movie. I've done so many fucking things in my life, and I don't understand why that it took me this long to appreciate all the things that I've done and all the things that I have. You know, if I say it loud enough, then I thought I would be okay. If I said it loud enough, I thought I would be fine and perfect and better, you know? All this dark void that has the validation and the entitlement and like success meaning money, it's just so fucked, man. And until you recognize that for real, saying it out loud is not going to do anything. You know, I said it out loud so many times, but until I fully recognize it, it didn't do anything, you know? So I'm hoping to get better period. So I want to be open to asking for help. I'm going to be open to just enjoying myself and enjoying life, and to do things with no pressure, to do things with no expectation, to do things just for the sake of creating and doing it, enjoying it and loving it. Then if you can't even do that, then what's the point, right? That's why we work at certain places where we're not happy, because we have to make that money. But it's also okay to do that. It's also okay to put 110% in something you don't like, and be the best that you can be for that point of time. Learn something from it, and then after the fact, then do what you enjoy. So long that we've misplaced what we think success is, or joy and fulfillment is. I think until you recognize exactly what that is for you, for yourself, and genuinely recognize what you have in your dark void, and what that is, and what that dark passenger is, then you're gonna be stagnant, like I was. Even though I was doing so many fucking things, even though I was staying busy to get all these done, like in my head, staying busy is productive and blah blah blah, and I was still not happy. So my work for you, my homework for you, I guess, suppose if you feel like you want to do it, is to recognize what fulfillment and happiness and joy means to you, the meaning of life in your opinion, and then and recognizing and understanding what that dark void is. For me is validation. For me, success equals money. For me, entitlement. And it's hard to say. It's really, really fucking hard to say that that is your void. It's, whatever that is. It was hard for me to say it out loud. I mean, I was open to it, but it was hard to know that was my problem. And recognizing what the flaws that I have and trauma that I have before until now. So anyway, I want to stop right here. I think we're at a good point in this episode. So thank you for listening and watching. You can follow me at Just Zander on all social media platforms, at Just Zander Gray, at Just Zander Podcast on Instagram as well. And, my links are everywhere. If you have any questions, just want to have a conversation, or just if I hit a nerve, or if I'm saying something wrong, I challenge you to come and talk to me. I challenge you to hit me up, and we can have a conversation, because again, this journey that I'm having for myself is not perfect. It's arduous. It's hard. It's hard. It's very, very difficult, but I want to get better. I want to be better. And I want that for you too as well. So anyway, have a good night. Be safe in whatever you do. And, take a second to just enjoy and appreciate what you have, because if nobody else will, then, if you're not going to, who else will, So enjoy the little things. It's worth it. Anyway, peace.